from the director of Daddy's Home and Daddy's Home 2.
Look what you did to the side of my car, man!
This bodes well. How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Luke's Reviews, and on today's video I will be reviewing Instant Family. Instant Family is about a couple played by Wahlberg and Rose Byrne who are looking to start a family, but they decide on fostering these 3 kids, and ultimately they learn that parenting isn't as easy as it seems. It's also based on real-life experiences from director Sean Anders, who adopted these foster kids himself. The best thing I can say about Instant Family is that its heart is in the right place. It's a very sweet, charming little film that is family-friendly entertainment and ultimately has a very good, touching message about the power and importance of the foster care system. Mark Wahlberg recently has proven that he's actually quite good in these roles where he's playing a kind, devoted, comedic still, but loving father. I guess you could say that he's very good at playing a daddy. Did I just call Mark Wahlberg a daddy? That's disturbing. Rose Byrne also really continues to impress me in the comedy roles that she takes, and the two, Wahlberg and Byrne, share really good chemistry together, but they share great chemistry with the 3 main kids. Now, sometimes kids in comedies, specifically family films, they can really get on my nerves. They can be quite irritating, and if the right director isn't sort of reining the kids in and stopping them from being screaming brats, the emotional moments that you're meant to feel for them, it just doesn't happen because you can't stand watching them on screen. But in Instant Family, all of the 3 children are fantastic, and they really hit emotional depths that you wouldn't typically expect of someone from their age. They're funny, they hit the comedic beats when they need to, they're cute, they're adorable, you feel something for them, and as a family, you really get attached to them. So when they hit the highs, you're soaring with them, and then when they hit the lows, your heart is breaking for them too. Isabela Moner is sort of like the main older child of the trio, and she's really good. She really does impress me. However, I'm still not sold on the Dora the Explorer film that is coming out this year. I don't know how that's going to end up. Ultimately, the film has a very strong and quite touching message about the foster care system, obviously because it relates so much with Sean Anders and his real-life experiences. But also, I think issues such as foster care and adoption usually have these stigma attached to them in films where orphanages are presented as these terrifying, horrifying places, and we never get films that actually showcase the importance and the happiness that they can achieve. I have a friend myself who is linked to the foster care system. Her mum takes foster children in, and whenever she tells me stories about it, they're so uplifting, and you want to hear so much about what these children have been through. And I think the film does a really good job at making sure that these stories that otherwise we wouldn't normally hear about are heard. It manages to strike a good balance between maintaining the importance of the message it wants to keep, yet still being fun, light-hearted entertainment. Unfortunately though, Instant Family, it does suffer from a few problems. One of those problems is that it is so cheesy. Like, the emotional beats in the film, that they can be affecting and they can get to you, but a lot of the time, Anders, he's not subtle with his direction. Like, there are moments in which conflict is happening or there's heartbreak happening on screen, and you might as well have, in just giant letters in the middle of the screen, "This is sad. Cry." Some of these moments are earned, and yet others, I think they're just reaching too hard to try and tug at your heartstrings, that it's becoming way too noticeable. And the same can be said in regards to the humour. Some of the humour works, and it is very funny in places. However, oftentimes, it's also quite juvenile. I mean, there are shades of the Daddy's Home films in there, and it didn't mesh well. It really didn't mesh well when there would be abrupt tonal changes as well. For example, we'd go from a scene where some guy is getting hit in the head with a baseball, and like, oh, that's funny, he's just been hit in the head with a baseball, to then cutting to a kid having a near life-threatening injury, to then immediately cutting to child abuse, sex, drugs. It's so abrupt that just when you've stopped laughing from one joke, you're being presented with a very serious, quite dramatic issue, and yet you're still laughing from the joke before. It's almost it's way too sudden of a change. There needs to be a gap in the middle. I think the problem was is the editing. I think they tried to. It's a 2 hour film, and they're trying to cram so much in that sometimes the changes they just come out of nowhere, and you're kind of blindsided by it. So you're sat in the seat giggling away to, oh, I need to stop giggling now. This has suddenly gotten very serious. Overall, Instant Family is a very sweet, charming, delightful little movie that features great bond between the main cast and the central family. That's the best part of the film by a mile, and also a very powerful, important social message on the foster care system. However, sometimes the emotional scenes were way too signposted and too blatantly obvious that it wanted to hit you in the gut, and the humor kind of contrasted against some of the serious moments, and it just led to quite a state of confusion where I was left thinking, should I be laughing or should I be crying? I'm not quite sure. I'm going to give Instant Family a 6.5 out of 10. Anyway, guys, those were my thoughts on Instant Family. If you've seen the film already, let me know what you thought in the comments below. That's only going to really apply to the American audience. It hasn't quite come out yet in Britain because I got invited to a preview screening. But also, once you've had a chance to see Instant Family, come back and let me know what you thought of the film in the comments below. If you have enjoyed this video, hit that like button and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Links to my Facebook, Twitter, Instagram and blog are in the description below. I've recently just done a review for Mary Queen of Scots over on my blog, so I include a link for you to check that out. Many thanks for watching, guys, and I shall see you in the next video.